Hi scrapbookers! This is my video response to Carla, aka Scrapologist's SNL design team call, and the layout is due by February 6th. And what I'm going to do is make a 12 by 12 page because that is what I usually do on my channel. I am going to use this Studio Calico Sugar Rush kit. This was the kit that came back in February of 2014, and I've used it a couple times on a few layouts, and I think I made 1 or 2 cards with it as well. So I thought I would use this one because the picture I'm going to be scrapbooking is a Valentine's Day picture. So here I'm just going through the papers and the Project Life kit cards because I got both the scrapbook kit and the Project Life kit. I'm just pulling out some embellishments that I think I might want to use. I really like these craft printed papers, or cutouts, I guess they are, and so I thought it would be fun to use a couple of those. Both kits came with a stamp, but I actually don't end up using it, either of them. I did put them aside. Okay, so now I'm going to get started by matting my photo on this blue polka dot paper. And I chose that sunburst paper as the background because at first I was thinking I would do kind of like a blue and yellow theme. But once I get started, I realized that there's not very many blues in this kit. So I did turn it over and I was like, oh, maybe I could use more pinks. But then I was like, well, but I really like this starburst paper. I pulled out this heart pattern paper, and then I decide that I like that with the February on top, and I'm going to mat the photo on top of a textured pink cardstock. I'm going to glue down the word February, and I'm just going to kind of fiddle with these die cuts a little bit here. And now I'm going to turn over the paper because I'm thinking that I really don't like the way that the pink looks with the yellow, and so I'm going to end up using the back of that original starburst paper. I liked that Polaroid frame, so I put it around the main part of the picture. And I also like those arrows, so I put those out pointing towards the picture. I got the Chamel Lane collection, and I also got the markers, and so I thought I would use this pink one, but for some reason it wasn't working. So I was kind of bummed about that, but I just ended up using the gray one instead. And I outlined the Polaroid frame and then all of the pieces of paper. So this is going to take a little bit to get all of these papers outlined. But I am really excited about this SNL design team call. So if you are interested in applying, just get a layout or a card or Project Life page done and do a video on it before February 6th. And I think she's going to pick the new ladies on February 7th. Okay, now here I am going to be putting these vellum hearts above the cardstock paper with hearts on it. Sorry, it's getting late, so I can't think suddenly. And I'm really liking how that looks. I'm going to glue down the top of that Polaroid frame. And now I'm going to place those craft tags down on the bottom right hand side, and I'm going to glue down all of these pieces of paper just so they don't keep moving. And I didn't want to have to fuss with pulling up all of those hearts, so I just put a lot of glue on the back of the cardstock, and it held all of them down. I am going to go back over and try to glue them down a little bit more, but for the most part they did stay pretty good. Now I'm going to outline the tags. And then I'm going to glue them down. Now I'm going to do the title, and at first I'm thinking the title is going to be, "Wow, look at that." And I was going to use both of these alphas that came from the Daily Flash October Afternoon collection, and I'm just going to kind of fuss around because I can't figure out where I want to put it. And I don't actually end up putting it above the tags. I end up putting it on the tags, and I really love how it turned out. So right now I'm deciding to change the title to "Wow, that looks yummy." So I'm just using these two different alphas for the title. And now I'm going to use the bigger letters to spell out the word yummy. And I'm going to kind of fuss around with this because, again, I just don't really like the way it's looking. And then I decide to cut all of the words apart and to figure out how to place them separately on the layout. I decide to have "Wow" go there on the left hand tag. Then I'm going to put a heart and then put "That looks" on top of the heart. And then I'm going to have "Yummy" go sideways on that last card. I really loved this kit. It was a lot of fun. And I think this was about the 4th kit that I got from Studio Calico, because I think I signed up in, maybe I signed up in October. So this would have been my 5th one. I don't remember. But this kit was a lot of fun. So now I am going to place the word "yummy" down, and it's going to go sideways. And I don't have any exclamation marks with that alpha, but I wanted one to be there, so I just used an eye and I cut off a little piece to be the dot on the bottom, and that worked out great. I love how that looks. Now I'm going to put some aqua glue from Tombow Mono on the hearts. And that actually doesn't work out at all because the hearts, they still slide around and they're just not sticking with that adhesive. So I decided to pull out my Zots, and I'm going to use the Zots. And even though you can kind of see the Zots behind the vellum. It doesn't bother me. I like that because it was an easier solution. So I'm just going to make sure that all of the top pieces have a zot on them so that they stay. And then I'm also going to put zots on those arrows. It just makes gluing them down a little bit easier. I've been using my liquid glue a lot more, but it just gets so messy and I just didn't want to have to deal with that. I was being lazy, so this was easier. I pull out that bluish heart and I wanted to add it to that area right above wow. I also pulled out this little lollipop and that bow. And I'm going to place those down as little extra accents. I love this little lollipop. I think it's just so cute. So now I am almost done. It's looking a little bare around the top and the sides there, so I'm going to add some Mr. Huey's Mist, and this is Cameo, and this is the only pink that I have. It is kind of like an orangey pink, so I obviously need to go buy a more pinky pink because I don't really like using this on pink layouts because, I mean, it just doesn't really end up going. I'm also going to use Honor Society Mr. Huey's ink as well, and I'm going to put that around on the sides and the top too. And I just like the extra dimension. Well, I don't know if paint or sprays really give dimension. I don't know, what do you guys think? But I just like the way that looks when you add that extra paint on there. And that is going to be the end of my layout. So thanks so much for watching, and thanks for this opportunity, Carla. I can't wait to see who joins your new team. Bye.